again, we're continuing going over the web orders created by ThinkAutomation in the sample. Right now we're looking at the trigger, and we are continuing with the trigger actions. The next trigger actions we're going to go to is execute a snippet. Execute a snippet. Snippet is a set of actions, generic actions saved somewhere else that could be reused in other triggers. Let's see what that snippet has inside. So if we double click on it, this is what the snippet has. That snippet goes ahead and defines a variable called gravatar file, and then it goes ahead and it says if the message from is not blank, if there is a sender, set a variable message from. In other words, this is a built-in field message from that we can extract from the email. And message from built-in right here. Here, message from. And also set a variable called hashed from, which is basically a lowercase of the from string, lowercase from. It's a built-in variable. And then set the variable gravatar URL. Let's see what that does. It sets the URL to this particular website and hashed from.jpg, assuming that there is a JPG set for such for this email sender. And then the action goes ahead and tries to download the file from that URL to the root. Let's see how that is done. Okay, the download action, trigger action. So we already have this gravatar URL string set, and authentication is none, so username and password is omitted. Save to folder is called a root. Root is is defined somewhere else. Let's see a root. I don't see a root. It will come up from somewhere later on as we go along the script. And then assign returned file path to gravatar file parameter, meaning that we can inspect the gravatar file parameter later on and see if it was set or not. Based on that, we can find out whether or not we succeeded. Send the pop-up message. Send the pop-up message basically is a trigger action pop-up message that will look something similar to this on the screen, somewhere on the lower right of the screen, and will have the following content. It will have string automation followed by download gravatar file for. This is the extracted field that will be in lowercase, taken from the from on the email, the from address, to, and that's what will be returned in the gravatar file. Here we define the color of the pop-up, and scroll fade, we will be able to scroll the message will be scrolled. We can leave the pop-up on the screen until we click on it, or it will disappear after a few seconds or fade. And that's the end of the action. Going back to, so now this is the snippet. So going back to the trigger, this was the snippet. We're continuing. After executing the snippet, we would like to send an email. Thank you for your order. Let's see what the send an email trigger action looks like. You basically have on the left the same familiar extracted fields or variables or built-in parameters that you can populate this form with. You're saying from, and you put in admin@mysite.com, whatever generic sender you would like to have, to. That's the email parameter that is set somewhere in the trigger. I didn't see that previously. Maybe it's built-in field. Let's see. I guess we will it will come around somewhere. We're defining the subject and attach the PDF receipt. PDF receipt was the order reference, if you can remember from the previous screencast. And the message here we can just populate saying, hey dear, first name, last name. Again, the first name and last name we extract from here. We extracted from the body, first name, last name. We have received your order or the number. We also extracted that from the message body we received. Quantity and product, the same story. We extracted them from the message body. Your goods will be dispatched within 48 hours. Attached is an order confirmation report. Okay, so now we're talking about the attachments. Let's scroll down. I cannot scroll down by some reason. Let's maximize that. Attach. Okay. So PDF receipt was then order reference number that received a path to file or report file that we saved. And we saw that in the previous screencast. So that's about all. And we can save this action. In this case, we're not saving because it's already done for us. We're sending another email. The second email is being sent to orders@mydomain.com saying please process this order. This is the order processing, I guess. Again, we populate the subject with new order for and the product. The product is extracted, has been extracted from the message body of the message that we received. And we are passing on the message body in this case. Just full message body. Let's maximize that so we're not saving it because it's already built for us. We're sending a third email. This one is a follow-up for order with a given number and saying, hey dear, first name, last name, which were extracted previously. This is a follow-up to see if everything is okay. In other words, if you have any questions, problems, please contact us. So that's the third one. That was the third email action. And next, GeoIP lookup is taking place. What is the GeoIP lookup? We're double-clicking to find out. GeoIP lookup is a trigger action. which can look at the email and give you, I guess, let's see, look at the email, parse it, and give you the country. Okay. And that action is somewhere on the left. Here, GeoIP lookup. And now we go ahead and say, hey, we extracted the country, but does it match the country of that we think it is, that we extracted? So let's see. Okay, if GeoIP country this one does not contain the country that comes from the order country. In other words, that email came from a particular country. The trigger action said, well, based on the email address, here is the country. But we know that based on the message body, the country is extracted into this field. So, if GeoIP country does not contain country, that is the message, that is the if the if condition. So if there is no match, then we do this activity, we perform this activity. We say country doesn't match, possible fraud, and well, we have an option to add or not to add this to the log of the activity log. But we go ahead and send an email to orders, order processing, and we say, please check the order for this customer who entered this particular country in this email, but the GeoIP country returned was this string, so there is no match, and it's possible fraud. That's what we think. Okay, let's cancel that. And after that, we do end processing, meaning stop right here. There is a stop action somewhere here, end processing. If we double click on it, we could dress it up a little more. We can stop conditionally or unconditionally. Let's stop this screencast and continue the next one.